So in the previous video we left the Großglockner Alpine Pass and made our way even further south in Austria. Even though we were off the mountain, we still had plenty of twisty bends. Unfortunately, we still had the fog and mist. Wow, just look at that amazing view. Sorry, I'm being sarcastic. I come away for the dream trip of 11 countries in Europe, for all the sights that I could see. And I get this, I really do have the worst luck. Up the mountain, fair enough, but down here, I don't know. But let's look on the bright side. It's not too cold. It's not raining, I am definitely not stuck in traffic, and the roads are not bad. Alright, I'm not seeing very much, but I'm enjoying the twisties, the roads, the curves, and the chat with my mate Jonathan. So it's not all gloom and doom. And oh yeah, we still got the hairpin bends. Many see the end of the Großglockner as Heiligenblut, if that's pronounced correctly, which, strangely enough, translates into Holy Blood. It does have the look and feel of a ski resort. We decided to take a break here and stretch our legs. After our break, our well-earned break, we decided to get back on the road and we're looking for two things. First of all, we are hungry, we want something to eat, so we're looking for a break and somewhere we can eat something, and then of course we're going to be looking for a campsite for the night. While we're riding down the road, I look to my right and I see this wonderful looking waterfall, and it just so happens there's a car park coming up, so I decide to pull over and take some photographs. As I do so, I see a Cavalier identical to the one I used to own. That last bit was totally useless information to you, but I just thought I'd share it anyway. The main reason I wanted to pull over here was to get this amazing waterfall on film. The idea was to get the drone up in the air and get as close as I can to it, but in typical fashion it started raining, and it wasn't long before it was raining very hard. So I abandoned that plan and just got a few photographs before we got back on the bike. But as you can see, when your phone's wet and it's raining, the touchscreen to take photographs doesn't work like it should do. A quick rub on your pants and we're back in business. Finally, talk about hard work. So this morning started at our campsite, Golling on the Salzach River at the top there. We made our way down and we did the tour of the Hohenwerfen Castle, as you've seen in a previous video, and then worked our way south. Our journey over the last few days followed the Salzach River, and today has been no different, as we make our way south and then eventually southwest towards the Großglockner and the High Alpine Pass. From there we headed south through the mist and cold over the Großglockner, through a few tunnels, down the other side and out past the tolls. We stopped off for a break at Heiligenblut, as you saw, and carried on down the mountains through the mist, completing the Route 107, which has to be said would have been absolutely amazing on another day. Technically, this is the halfway point of the whole trip, because for the first time we're now heading west back towards the UK. Do you know how I said earlier in the video that we was going to Italy? Well, I have to confess, that was not part of the plan. We had no idea we was going to Italy because we had no idea we were so close to the border. We thought we were swinging round back into Germany. As you can see there, our campsite for tonight is Camping Olympia. So as you've just seen, this is the road that we came in on. To get a better look, first we go to satellite view, then we move in a little closer, and this is where we pitched up, which in the real world looks a lot like this. As you can see there, you can see mine and Jonathan's tent against the back fence, and me bringing in the drone. While we've got the drone up in the air, let's take a look around the campsite and what Italy has to offer. The campsite and the surrounding views are absolutely stunning. Green lush fields surrounded by forests, in turn surrounded by the mountains. I have to mention the Italian people we met here. They was all super friendly and interested in our journey. They do all drive a little crazy, it has to be said, but I think that's because the previous countries we've been through are so easy to live with traffic wise. Another thing you may have noticed, it's not raining. Amazing. Hopefully it will be still the same tomorrow. As you can see by the traffic, the fields and the surrounding areas, this, unsurprisingly, is a very quiet campsite. Just what the doctors ordered. Tonight I'm going to get a good sleep. But before we tuck into our sleeping bags, we took ourselves to this bar-cum restaurant to get something to eat and something to drink to chill out before we go back to the tents. Oh, come on, who doesn't like a surprise photograph? Give us a smile. So after the funny juice, we decided it was time for bed. It had been a really long day, a long ride. We were pretty tired, to be fair, so I was kind of looking forward to getting in my sleeping bag. But even though I was tired, it was important I got all the camera footage off the SD cards onto the computer so I could start afresh tomorrow. Didn't really want to do it because I was so tired, but some things just have to be done. Oh, can't see me. Hang on. That's a bit better. Yeah, I've got my glasses on. It's late at night. I'm saying late at night, it's about 9 o'clock. Sorry, I thought I was later than that. We're in Italy. It's a bit of a surprise, I'll be honest, because we didn't know we were going to Italy. We were cutting through the valleys, and there's just a massive grey cloud above us that just raining and raining, really heavy rain, horrible to ride in. We just thought, we were meant to camp there at that point, and I said, we'll just keep going, we'll get out the valley and find a campsite. Next thing you know, we're going through the valley and we're in Italy. I know you're thinking, well, that don't happen. Well, you're right, we didn't think it happened either, but next thing you know, we're in Italy, somewhere we didn't expect. It seems that the road we're on, it cuts into Italy for so many miles and cuts back out of Italy. back into Germany or Austria, because Germany's our next destination, obviously. But at that point, it was 5 p.m. We needed a campsite, so, well, Italy it is, which I'm not going to complain about because the campsite's amazing. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an insight. I'm transferring, sat in my tent. I know it's an exciting life, isn't it? Transferring from there. Oh, it's gone off. What's going on? Right. So yeah, I'm transferring, as you can see, the files off the cameras. So this is you can't see it, but there's the hard drive light flashing. Got an external hard drive. So I've got to transfer the 360 footage, the GoPro 9 footage, GoPro 11 footage, and the drone footage. So I've got to transfer all that footage every day and get it on them, get it off, format all the SD cards, put them back in all the devices, set up the devices, make sure that the dates are right, the times are right, and everything else ready for tomorrow morning. It's just a little routine I go through every night, and yeah, it's not great. I'd rather do a different thing, but in fact I'd rather be in bed now going to sleep, but that's another story. So I'll just take these off. So anyway, I was saying about this Italian campsite. It's really good campsite. So we just hit up on it by accident. The campsites throughout Europe as a whole are better than the UK. If you're the kind of biker or camper who normally just stays in the UK, you need to get over here. This is unreal. The campsites are just thought out better. One of the things that's always bugged me about the UK, people who own campsites, they're not campers. They're farmers, most of them, and they've never camped in their life. They have absolutely no idea what the needs of a camper is. And that is the difference. Over here, the people who own campsites are or have been campers, so they know exactly what you want, and you can tell. You really can tell. And that was my final thought for the night. I'm going to get my head down, and in the morning we'll be riding the roads of Italy. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.